Hi, I'm Michael Burke, and this is Money Talks. Hi, welcome to Money Talks. Today's show is brought to you by Total Furniture, your friends in the furniture business, where you save 20 to 50% off name brands. Open forward to save you more at 8400 75th Street in Kenosha, open Friday through Monday. Today we're at Image Management in Downtown Racine with Paige Weslasky and Weslasky,
Yeah.
okay, and Chad Ahrens. They're both account reps, and Paige also has the unique fact that she's the daughter of the owners too. So we're going to be talking mostly today about website development because that, as you say, is the bread and butter for image management these days.
Right.
Kind of grew into that, but rather than review history, how many clients do you have in website development?
I know that we are well over 500. So we're going to be at 15 years of business next year. So every year we're getting, I'm sure, at least over 50.
We're doing about 40 to 50 websites a year, yeah, because we advertise in the Journal Times, and we typically have a new client every week in the paper, so that's kind of how I gauge things.
And how many of those are updated websites as opposed to some company that never had one before?
I would say that it's about 50-50.
Yeah.
Sometimes people come in and it's a new company, or maybe it's a one-man shop and they don't have a website. And then a lot of times companies will come in and they'll have a website that they're not happy with, or that they can't edit themselves, or maybe it's a few years old. And so they'll come to us and we'll create a brand new website for them. We'll allow them to be able to go in and edit their site. And so that's why a lot of people are attracted to image management.
We have a lot of repeat business too, where companies come back for revamps. We've done second generation sites. We even have some where we're on the third generation now too. So yeah.
Let's mention some of the customers that you've done websites for. I saw a board behind us over here in the other room. I saw Delta Hawk on it, Razor Sharp, Racine Unified. You mentioned you're going to be redoing Racine counties. Yay.
Yeah.
And what are some of the other customers, some of the bigger ones?
Yeah, we're bidding for the Racine County site right now.
Oh, bidding
that's a
for it,
good
okay.
one. Yeah, yep. Norco Manufacturing, that's a larger one.
Which is what we're looking at
Yeah,
here.
yeah, Racine Art Museum, we've done the site
Oh, yeah.
for them and done some revamps there. Racine County Economic Development Corporation. So there's...
Racine Zoo too, right?
Yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah.
So-
Racine Zoo, definitely, yeah.
And that's why it's so fun for us. I feel like Chad and I have the best job in the world because we're working with so many different types of people, so many different companies and clients. And so one week we'll be working with a dentist, another week we'll be working with a machine tool group. And so it's really fun for us
Yeah.
because we get to delve into so many different
Yeah,
types
you
of...
learn a lot that way, don't you?
Exactly, yeah.
Just this last Friday, we activated a site for Lakeside Steel in Kenosha, and we are in the process of activating a site for a company called Stuckey Construction. They're actually based out of Illinois, but they do a lot of work around Wisconsin as well. So,
How much sort of advising do you do on how complicated a website should be? Does the customer usually have a pretty good idea what they want, or do they sometimes think they can do a million things and then the cost is going to be correspondingly high?
Right. And when you say complicated, when we have clients come in, we want the site to be as simple looking as possible with as many fun bells and whistles as it can have. And so it kind of depends. It depends on the company, it depends on their budget, and just different things. And so if they want to sell e-commerce, for example, that'll be a bell and whistle. Or let's say they want responsive design. And what responsive design
Yeah,
is
you
for
need
those people that don't understand what that is it's interesting because 70% of people are going to websites using iPhones or using iPads or smartphones, to put it better. But responsive design, it makes it a lot simpler to use on an iPhone or iPad or smartphone. Instead of having to do that pinch and pull method, you can just slide right through. And so that's something that we offer that
So
a lot
are
of our
you
clients
usually
have been doing.
designing two separate versions of it? Like you could show us with, this is Norco manufacturing
Yeah,
here.
yep.
You want to give a demonstration?
Sure, yeah. Well, no, we are not designing two separate sites
Okay.
because that's what the market is trying to move away from. Google
Okay.
just actually put out an alert about a month or two ago where they said we're going to start ranking sites that have responsive design, mobile optimization, higher than sites that do not. What they're trying to move away from is separate mobile websites where somebody will have a desktop site built and then a separate mobile site built. So what responsive design does is it's coded into the site framework itself. So it's not really saying this is an iPhone, this is a tablet, this is a desktop. It's saying this is how big the space is and this is how we want to display that. So
Why don't you show an example up here, like you were showing me
Sure,
earlier, and then
yeah.
we'll see how it appears
Yeah.
on my phone.
So you can see here's the Norco website and they have all the different features, their news feed, call outs to different areas, all kinds of good information that's here. But if I take this site now and I start kind of pulling it in, you'll see things start to reposition, certain elements drop off. But the advantage of this is, again, everything is easy to be accessed, people can click on it easier, and you're really not losing any of the information that you may have lost in just a basic mobile site.
Okay.
So,
All right.
yeah.
Why don't we see how it looks on my phone? Because before the show, I went to Norco Manufacturing's website, and we just saw that, and it looks exactly like what you just showed. Now from there, let's see, where could I go? Request a quote. Try that one. And then it would bring up contact
Mhm.
information.
Yeah, so you're not, the advantage is also with our clients, I get a lot of questions saying, okay, well, what if we create a new page through the editor system that you gave us? Do we have to come back to you every time that we have to create a new page? Absolutely not. It's a one-time thing we put into the site, so whatever they put in there is going to work with that responsive format we put into place.
I wanted to allow you, Paige, to stress something you mentioned in passing before, and that is the ability for the client to edit their site. How much ability will they have, and
Right.
and how do they gain that by working with you guys?
Exactly. And that's why I think that we're so special to work with, because we create an editor into all of our websites so that our clients can go in and, let's say they want to switch out a picture, they want to change the text, or they want to put in a YouTube video. We allow them to be able to go in and do that. And so we'll give them an editor training session teaching them exactly how to do it all. And you don't have to be a website programmer to be able to do it. As
Okay.
long as you can edit a Word document, we say that you can easily edit your own website.
Okay.
And so we want people to be able to go in and change things without having to call us every day. And so,
A related thought that I'm sure some people would have is, it's possible to build your own website now.
Right.
So when you're talking to a client, how do you convince them to not be a do-it-yourselfer and to use your company?
exactly. And so if you are listening to the radio or you're watching TV, you may see or hear a commercial for something like Squarespace, or a place that maybe makes really cheap websites, or you can make your own website. And so that's why we're different, because we aren't using templates or things like that. We build everything straight from scratch, and so we make it exactly to the T of how the client wants their site to be. And also, we're professionals, and so like you said, it's our bread and butter to do this. We've got the top of the line programmers and designers, and so we feel really confident in our websites that we know that we can go above and beyond those cheap sites. And go ahead.
Oh yeah, well I was going to say a lot of business that we get in here are people that have actually gone to, say, a Yellow Pages site or a one-in-one site, and basically the complaint is they just feel like a number. They can never get a hold of anyone. They can't get any support. We pride ourselves on answering the phone on the second ring, responding to an email that same day.
Right.
We're always there for our clients. We want to give them as much freedom as possible to do their own work on the site, but we also want to be there for them when they need us.
What does it cost?
What does a website with us
Yeah.
cost? Well, our sites usually start around 3,000, and it kind of goes up based on what type of company is and how they need the site to
Yeah.
look. And so.
Yeah, we really don't have packages or anything,
Right.
but we always have our clients in for a free consultation, no obligation up front. And yeah, like Paige said, they usually start at about $3,000, and that's a one-time setup fee. We don't have monthly maintenance contracts that they have to sign up for. Again, we have the editor system in there. And again, they can go anywhere to, we've done sites like at the $3,000 range. We've done sites near, tens of thousands.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Before we close, I wanted to just touch on what you call photo retouching, Paige.
Right.
And you do some interesting, what I would say are kind of alterations. So why don't you show an example or two of that?
Right.
And give an example of why this was
Exactly.
for the NFL or for the Buffalo Bills?
This was actually for believe it or not, it was for a cookbook the NFL was putting out. They have their Play
Really?
60, and we do a lot of work for a company out of Chicago that does annual reports and things of this nature. And what they needed us to do was they needed us to cleanly clip this from the background, and you'll notice we had to recreate certain elements like the bottom of shoes and the bottom of the football. So that's one of the things that we do on a regular basis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what I think is so special about image management, because we have such a plethora of different things that we can do. And so whether it's photo retouching or graphic design or the websites or printing or really anything that you need, we feel that we are a one-stop shop for all of your advertising needs.
Yeah.
I feel like this is one of those kids game things. Find out what's different in
Exactly.
the picture at the right, and
Right.
the answer, of course, is safety glasses on.
Yep.
Besides the overall brightness.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Well, listen, we're about out of time, but thanks for letting us take a look at your what you do in your offices here,
Yeah.
Paige Wazlowski and Chad Ahrens.
Yeah.
Thanks to Scott Anderson, our very mobile producer. Speaking of mobile things, I'm Michael Burke. We'll see you next time.